Hi there, this is a question from the 2017 exam 1. It's from the matrices section of the modules and it is question 8. So we need to consider the matrix recursion relation shown below. We've got a SO matrix followed by a recurrence relationship where T times Sn. The matrix T is a regular transition matrix, and given the above S1, that's the values of the matrices of the S1 values, which of the following expressions is not true? So what we need to do here is, first off, look at the keywords that have been given in this, and one of the keywords here is a regular transition matrix. So a regular transition matrix means that 100% of those that are participating in something will be involved in the next thing. So, for example, those that are involved here will be in the vertical has to equal 100%. Those that are involved in here has to be 100%, and those that are involved in here must be 100%. So we can actually quickly calculate the values of x and y because these verticals in a transition matrix always equal 1. So if we've got 0.3, 0.2, that means that x here should be 0.5. And if we've got 0.2, 0.2, y must be 0.6. So these values, here add up to 1. So then the values of v, w, and z must equal 1. Now, looking at that, it's asking here which of these is not true. So the answer D of v plus w plus z equals 1, that actually is true. So we can actually take that one out of the solutions. So now we're down to 4 solutions. So next what we want to now solve for is the v, w, and z. And how we do this is when we have a matrix, if we're doing the T matrix times by, so that's first, times by the SO matrix, which what we do is we do the horizontal, so the 0.3 times by the 40, and then we would add the 0.2 times by 15, and then we would add the V times by the 20. And that's how we do the matrix multiplication. We do the horizontal times by the vertical, and what that should equal should be 29. Then the next one we would do is the next horizontal times vertical, so it would be 0.2 times by 40 plus 0.2 times by 15 plus w times by 20. And what that would equal would be 13. Then the last one we would do would be, we know the values of x and y now, so it would be 0.5 times by 40 plus 0.6 times by 15 plus, we don't know what z is, z times by 20. And that should equal 33. And right here, the S1 matrix, 29, 13, 33, is these here. And knowing how to do matrix multiplication is necessary. A lot of time we just put this in our calculator and work it out, but knowing that it's the horizontal times by the vertical, horizontal times by the vertical, horizontal times by the vertical. And what we can do now is we can manipulate these formulas and we can solve for the unknown. So what you would do here, you would take this, you would work out what these values are, you would take them across the 29, and then you would divide by 20 to give you an answer. So without showing that working out, V would be 0.7, W would be 0.1, and Z would equal 0.2. So if we were to put those values in there, this would also, once again, equal 1, 100%. So 0.7 plus 0.1 plus 0.2 would total 1. So now what we need to do is look at these answers here, these options, and work out which one is not true. So W is greater than Z. So 0.1 is greater than Z, which is 0.2. So that's incorrect. So that one is not true. And then once again, we don't need to worry about going through those because we know that they're not true. You can check them if you want. X plus Y plus Z, so 0.5 plus 0.6 plus 0.2 is greater than 1, which is true. Having a look at the solutions to this for question 8, only 30% of the cohort managed to get this one correct. So that's actually a really, really low percentage of correct responses in this. So going back to the question, it's all about understanding how to do matrix multiplication by hand and knowing that it's a regular transition matrix, knowing that the verticals in a regular transition matrix do equal 1. So you can solve that x and y first by equaling 1, then knowing how to do matrix multiplication, the horizontal times by the vertical. So this one times that plus this one times that plus this one times that equals the S1 matrix of, for that example, 29. So, and then being able to calculate the unknown in these. If you're not sure, you can use financial solver where you use solve on your CAS calculator, put in your formula, and then put a comma and put your unknown that you're trying to find. So you'd put that whole formula in and put a comma and your unknown you're trying to find, press enter, and that also gives you the solution if you don't know how to manipulate the formula for the unknown. Thanks for watching.